There's been more talk in the country about CPR and AEDs, or automated external defibrillators, in the wake of NFL player Damar Hamlin collapsing on the field. We visited with the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department to talk about the importance of knowing CPR and having an AED on hand for medical emergencies.
CPR is the most important thing that you can start on somebody. And then the next important thing you can do is, of course, call 911 and get everybody activated. And then the next thing we need to do is find out if there's an AED around. Okay, if there's an AED available, we absolutely want to get that and get it put on that patient.
When do we do this?
We perform CPR weekly. Maybe not every station, but as a department, we perform CPR weekly. Anyone that carries a medical license has to be recertified every 2 years.
Captain Whittenburg goes through steps of what to do if somebody collapses and is in need of medical attention. First scenario is when there's not an AED available.
Whenever we get on the scene, the first thing we always do is make sure our scene is safe. We're going to come up, tap and shout, hey, 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 are you okay? There's no response. I'm going to look for breathing. I'm either going to do that by placing a hand on their chest or putting my face down next to theirs, trying to feel that breath. There's no breathing. I'm going to have somebody call 911. To start our compressions, we're going to come to the center of the patient's chest. You're going to put one hand down. You're going to put the other hand over. You're going to interlace your fingers. You want to kind of rock your hand back on the chest so you're actually doing compressions with the heel of your hand. You want to keep your arms straight. You want to keep them locked out. We really want to do compressions from our hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Okay, then we take our breathing barrier, place that over the face. We want to push straight down into the face, do a head tilt chin lift, which opens the airway, lifts the tongue out of the back of the throat, and then we're going to give a breath until we see the chest rise. We're going to give 2 breaths, and then we're going to get right back on our compressions. If I don't have any kind of breathing barrier, then we can just do continuous compressions. I'm not stopping at 30. I'm just going to keep compressing this person's chest. So every 2 minutes, we want to reassess our patient to see if they may be breathing.
This scenario is when there is an AED available.
Once that AED arrives, the most important thing that you can do is turn it on. Once you turn the device on, it's going to walk you through everything that you need to do next.
Unit OK. If patient is a child, press child button.
This one actually has a child button feature that would take it from an adult dose to a pediatric dose.
Remove pad package.
It's going to tell you to take the pad package out, and we're going to place it on our patient. They're all going to have diagrams on here on where to place the pads. Upper right chest, lower left abdomen, and then it also, for this model, it has this puck that sits in the chest that actually gives us that feedback.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing.
Okay, so it's analyzing the heart rhythm there.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing. Shock advised.
It recognized one of the 2 rhythms that we want to shock. You want to make sure everybody's clear. We're going to push our shock button.
Shock delivered.
The shock's been delivered.
Start CPR.
And then it's going to tell us to start
Push to
CPR.
match the tone.
Remember, every 2 minutes, this is going to automatically reanalyze for you.
Stop CPR.
Okay, so we're stopped. We're going to analyze.
No shock advised.
Okay, so there's no shock
Start
advised.
CPR.
Okay, the biggest thing here is with your AED, never turn it off, never take it off. Leave this AED on the patient. If it says no shock advised, it's okay. In 2 more minutes, it's going to reanalyze for us again. So we might be able to shock at that point.
Captain Whittenburg wants to encourage citizens of any age to take CPR class, which will also cover AED training.
It's easy to learn. A basic CPR class takes about 2 hours. There are several places right here in Murfreesboro that teach CPR. All CPR classes are going to talk about AEDs as well. And then you can go a little bit farther and do maybe a first aid class along with that.